Average labor length for a first-time mom is about 12 to 18 hours, but there's a lot of different factors that go into this, and some women go faster, some take longer, and most of all, it's because your body's never done this before. And so when you start contracting, it takes a little bit longer for your cervix to change, and things go more slowly between the time of being like 1 centimeter to 4 centimeters, and things usually start to pick up from 4 centimeters on. It's typical to go about 1 centimeter per hour during labor after you hit that 4 centimeter mark. Now, once you get to 10 centimeters, you have to push the baby out, and average pushing time for a first-time mom is 1 to 2 hours. And so if you've never heard that, that's a huge news flash. And it takes a while because the baby has to stretch all of those tissues that are kind of holding them back. And so it just takes good hard pushing during contractions in order to stretch the tissues and help the baby come out. But second labors, third, fourth labors, however many kids you've had after your first, typically go much faster because once you start to go into labor, your body's like, oh, I remember this. I've done this before. And your labor length is usually at least half the length of what it was the first time. And when it comes time to push, you usually don't have to push that much. Usually it's just a few contractions worth of pushing to get the baby to come through the pelvis and then come out. So it goes much faster. These principles have a couple of different applications. For one, say a woman had a vaginal delivery on her first, and then she had to have a C-section on her second for whatever reason, and then on the third wanted to attempt a vaginal birth after the C-section. Her doctor would talk to her and determine if she was a good candidate, but if the doctor said that she was, she would be more likely to have a successful VBAC because she'd had one previous successful vaginal delivery on her first, meaning a baby has actually come through the birth canal, everything has worked well once before, and it's likely to work well again. Some women want to know if a history of miscarriage will affect their first labor length when they have a live delivery, and it won't. It will still be the typical 12 to 18 hours, give or take, depending on the circumstances. If you have more questions in the future for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.